get into this whole thing as far as the P. Diddy trial, as far as going into the details that Cassie has been dropping as far as her taking a stand now. Because we all had our, I guess, not imagination, but we had our thoughts and what we thought was going on. It was like, yeah, he's doing this in the third. But then when she starts talking about what was actually happening, it's
she's
like,
under. Remember, people, she's under oath. If she lying, she can get charged with perjury. Stop acting like this is her just telling a story. And her husband knew that he was her trainer while she was still with Diddy. Damn, y'all don't know shit because y'all don't Google shit and y'all form an opinion off of a fucking headline. My God, the internet. Sorry, I literally have been having to get off the internet because you know how I feel about people talking about abuse victims. As a former abused victim, I'm not a victim anymore because I don't let that shit afflict me anymore. But to even talk about it, because yes, I go to therapy, but to even talk about it still makes me think, why the fuck did I let somebody treat me like that? It is really like a psychotic break in your damn head. And people don't understand it because they've never been abused. Or they have been abused, so now they're an abuser.
And then you got one thing I think that was important that she mentioned is the age thing. And the whole thing with her coming in as an artist, or supposed to be starting off as an artist, and then
he groomed her, he wanted to date her. Deals. Yeah, he wanted to date her. He wanted to control her. And people like, well, she chose. And I'm like, I don't think you understand.
After the video, I was done. Then they released the full video. And he was doing more. He did more.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm like, you know what? I don't want people to shut up. I want I want all these women to know who these men are that are supporting Diddy. Now, what's his name? Bigger Four, Anzo was saying that he don't think the charges, because he's not being charged with what he did. Yeah, he's not being charged what he did. But I'm like,
so that is.
I'm like, it is kind of easy to put that on somebody because it's because he was already doing so much messy shit that they could add, they could speculate, well, this and this, and if this happened, then this, and the legality of this. Sure, you put yourself in this predicament by doing all these I can't even talk right now. By doing all these perverted, depraved things under the guise of, to me, it's just weird. It's just weird because everybody's like, she was willing to participate. And I'm like, yeah, victims, hostages, people are willing to do shit because they don't want to fucking die. Damn, did we not watch the girl that got accused of doing the Gone Girl willingly have sex with that man, but it was still rape because she didn't want to fight, because she wanted to get the fuck out of the situation? Oh, but Cassie could never, because
wherever they at, whatever they doing, what is she gonna do at that moment and at that time as far as trying to get out of this situation? Just like when she was trying to get out of the hotel.
Oh no, they said she was stealing something when she was trying to get out of the hotel. And I'm like, what the fuck do she got to steal?
Okay, say she's stealing. Say she's stealing. And I'm just saying, say she's stealing. But
was the beating justified? Was the beating justified for stealing? And some niggas with bold face will get on the internet and say yes. And then it's like, women, take that man is a red flag. He's gonna abuse you. Nobody needs to date him until he go to therapy and get himself right and realize it's wrong to beat somebody up over any amount of stupid shit.
I just want to know, can somebody be that nasty and freaky though?
It's people out there. I mean, it's people. And see, my thing is, I don't give a fuck what you do in your bedroom. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how nasty you want to get. Just leave these things out of it. These 4 things. Leave children out of it. Hold on to that for me.
You go in here right quick. Hold on for that. I need you to hold. What? Rub it where?
Oh, stop. But yeah, I just need you, these 4 things you need to leave out of sexual situations. Children, because they cannot fucking consent. Animals, because they cannot fucking consent. We don't have talking animals. If the animals could talk, then yes, maybe you could fuck them, but I don't even know why people want to do that. 3, leave your family members out of your bedroom. That shit is nasty. You fucking up the gene pool. Ain't no purity in that shit. And 4, unwilling, unconsenting, drugged, drunk people. Leave them out of sexual situations. They cannot consciously consent. Can we do those 4? Damn, sex can continue to happen however you want it to happen if you leave them 4 motherfucking things out of it. But people always got to make an excuse for one of them.
4 days straight? 4 days straight?
Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. I don't give a fuck if this was 18, 19, 20-year-old me. 4 days straight? No, you got a good 3 rounds and nigga, I'm sore. Stop. I'm sore. Stop. We not doing, no, we done. Can I heal? 4 motherfucking, she had to just pass out and just disassociate and just, ain't no damn way. Nobody's enjoying this shit.
She basically was trying to keep herself intoxicated, high, whatever, so she could try to like disappear. But like I said, it's just
that's torture. That's torture. That's torture and abuse at that point. Stop. 4 days? Who? Unless somebody. No, at that point you gotta sign a consent form, a contract for 4 motherfucking days. That's a lawsuit at that point. No, we need a consensual. This is like the haunted houses where they be like, if you die, you can't sue us. That's what you need to sign before a 4-day freak out. What the fuck? That's dangerous. Like, no, I don't think people understand how dangerous it is.
Take his IV. Why need this for? You gonna need that.
The shit that's coming out about him is just making everybody in the industry side eye everybody else. Like, what you done? What you know? Who? Because they know.
4 days too.
They know.
Ain't no leaving.
They had to be on Adderall. They had to be on Adderall because ain't no way you staying awake for 4 days. You can get a good 36 hours out of me staying awake. I ain't finna do no fucking for 36 hours.
I'm good on it. Once again, I really only brought it up because of just how crazy some of the stuff she said that he was wanting done to him and what he was wanting done, what he was wanting to watch done to her, which is not fun. That ain't fun. But I'm saying as far as him, I just like didn't know you can go to that type of extent. Like I'm out here thinking like, not me personally, but like you some nasty motherfuckers out here, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, not this nigga. Like he's beyond.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then it's funny because like Cassie saying all this stuff, and now people going back to the Carisha Please episode. Like, didn't Carisha say she liked didn't Carisha? And I'm like, and I was like, that's what you get for talking. You doing all that talking. You gonna be mad if you get subpoenaed, baby. But you should have shut up and ate your food. And now people are looking back at that though, like, was she a victim or was she a willing participant? Like, was she how? Because now they're looking at her like, how involved were you? Were you picking out these people? Were you drugging people? You know what I mean? Baby, you shouldn't have said shit. And I'm sad that if you were a victim, I'm sad that you went through that situation. If you were a willing participant in these situations in illegal shit, then
yeah, I'm good. But I also seen when they was trying to compare this, like, was this a bigger trial than an OJ? And I was like, hell no. And I wasn't even I was around at the time. I was a kid, but still, I know it wasn't because I can remember people watching that shit and just how captivating it became because of the whole race factor.
That's what I'm about to say. This ain't about to divide nobody, but bitch ass niggas from real men. That's all it's divide. Because the bitch ass niggas is still the like I said, his sexual deviance aside, it's the fact that where was this consensual? And like I said, there's a difference between willingness and consensual.
Yeah.
Look the shit up. It's not interfucking changeable.
Yeah. But it's still going to be the whole thing with just them being RICO charges, and are they going to be able to stick RICO charges? This is a lot of domestic violence, and they going after a lot of that right now.
But speaking of cases, that's like people talking about someone should be free when he's not even in jail for what they think he's in jail for. And the person that he did the shit, that whoever did the shit to, didn't even talk. They ain't even want to press the charges. Yeah, we gonna talk about that too.
And he actually ain't even in jail right now. He's in the hospital. But
say what?
I say he ain't even in jail. He's in the hospital right now.
I mean, yeah. but yeah, for real. He is in prison because he violated probation and he was in possession of a firearm, which violated the probation. So the state is the one that filed the charges, not the rapper. Not the rapper. She didn't file the charges. The only reason she was there was to give her an account of what happened at night with the gun. Right? But people are...
Because he's not in jail for shooting anybody anyway, right?
No, he is in jail. Yeah. He is in jail for violating probation. That is what he's in prison for. But everybody talking about some free him. You can't undo him violating the probation. He shouldn't have hopped in the car where there was a gun if he knew it was there.
They like having press conference and shit. Like they gonna go in there and be like, "Oh, we want to reverse each other." No.
Yes, that's why. No. That's why people talk about Kelsey did it, and I was like, first of all, if this was something he wanted known, then where the fuck was he during the trial?
And didn't he say something like he heard her say it? Like he was like I heard her say it.
Where's the proof? Where's your testimony? They had a whole fucking trial that wasn't even about this. It was just about him being there and what happened while they were there. All of them motherfuckers lied.
My bad.
Yeah, all of them motherfuckers lied at some point. Kelsey, Meg, and Tory. At some point, they lied. So none of them are credible. But here you come and everybody just giving you the credibility. And it's like, nigga, that was 3 years ago. That was 5 years ago when the situation happened. What the fuck? You should have said that shit 5 years ago. It still wouldn't have got him out of prison. Or maybe it would, because then they would have been like, that's a gun. Getting out now because of the situation that happened to him. He could be getting out. Or some type of, he's somewhere. Something he definitely know. Well, I don't know. I'm about to say it depends on how that prison works, but they're privatized, so I couldn't tell you. I'm about to say and I don't know. Is he in a state penitentiary or a private penitentiary?
Nah, since when I was saying he in federal.
That's
no. I don't know.
I'm about to say, and that's a whole nother different thing. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So my thing is. Yeah, he hurt, and that's the dangers of being sent to prison for breaking your probation. But if they can prove that he didn't break his probation, but I don't know how they're gonna prove that's because I'm like, that's what you need to be proven. Nobody needs to. I don't care. Meg got shot. I don't give a fuck who pulled the gun. Stop bullying her when she was the one that got shot. She didn't shoot her motherfucking self. Like, this is what I'm talking about, antagonizing the victim. They doing the same shit that Halle Bailey. Oh, when did your tooth get chipped? When they talk about when exactly did your tooth get chipped? Nigga, what? It don't fucking matter. They act like she did this shit to herself. Look, literally, this is like an attack on so many black women, and I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. No,
the whole thing with Adam Ross and him saying whatever he's saying about Doechii and the whole thing.
Look.
I also seen he lost a bunch of deals too.
They've been attacking Doechii since she won the Grammy because everybody like, who the fuck is this? And I'm just like, haters, haters, haters. So now she all of a sudden is a fucking industry plant when she had a fucking remix to her song Persuasive with SZA 3 years ago. Because y'all remember when I told y'all about her 3 years ago.
Tony.
That's what they're talking about trading Diddy. I said, trade him for Tony Hawk. We taking Tony Hawk and the black delegation. We taking Tony Hawk.
Speaking of, shout out Tony Hawk too, because back in the day, y'all don't care who you was, y'all niggas know when you was on the PlayStation playing Tony Hawk Pro Skaters.
Everybody knows who Tony Hawk is. Like seriously. Tony Hawk was in California, and he had the skateboard, and it was an empty pool, so he wanted to skate in it, and he was skating, and this Hispanic dude walked by. He was like, "Yo, it's Tony Hawk." Everybody knows who Tony Hawk is, and he ain't got no controversies like that. He ain't got no racial. What did you say, home dude had on his damn Wikipedia page? Hate crimes. He ain't got no hate crimes.
Speaking of Doechii,